people have the appetite to watch Bellator here. I think, like, I know it's only a small thing, but I put up, you know, the how you get Bellator on Sky and stuff, and it was like the most shared, the most viewed post I've ever put up on my Facebook page, you know. And I know that's only a small thing, but that shows that the appetite is there. You know, people want to see it in Ireland and in the UK as well. You know, that place was packed the last day, and it wasn't, you know, the Bellator event the last time when they were in the O2 Arena, that, you know, that was, you know, half empty. So it's growing, but they need to improve things. You know, we spoke about it last week, putting out that tweet saying it's going to be live, then it's on tape delay. That's just not good enough now. You know, it's Spike TV, it's Channel 5. Both of them are doing it together. It's Bellator as well. They have to take some of the blame, even though they love deflecting the blame. You know, they're doing it in America as well with the tape delay thing, saying, oh, we want it. But you're going to have to fight for it too. You know, you can't just be lackeys to Spike TV or to Channel 5 or whatever. You have to go in there and fight for it. You have to put things on YouTube like the undercard and things like that. You have to do these things and get the fights out straight away and put them on. You know, it's just not good enough from Bellator anymore. Like, if they want us to take them seriously, they want to say that they're the number 2 promotion in the world. They want to fight with the UFC, and they are. They're doing it in a lot of ways. But for us to take you seriously like that, you should have to be put under the scrutiny. And Bellator don't like being put under that scrutiny. You know, no one has covered Bellator in Ireland and the UK more than we have here in this podcast and at SevereMMA by a long stretch. You know, I've talked about what we've 118 podcasts, probably 40 times at least in this podcast, and you know, it's not all bad. A lot of good as well. Like the fights, we just spent last 20 minutes talking, you know, about good fights and stuff there. But you know, Bellator, they have everything they need to succeed. Especially, like, I put an article on Sherdog a couple of weeks ago, and I put one on it as well last week about this being a perfect time for them to strike. And they need to strike. There's a lot of bullshit going around about Daly and McDonald being the best fight in the world this year and stuff, and it definitely isn't that. But it's the best fight that a promotion will bring to Ireland or the UK, you know, and Bellator can do that. That's something they can do, which the UFC can't do. So they need to, you know, as I said in my article, they need to strike while the iron's hot and get things going over here. Get on television, get on YouTube, get on Bellator.com. I don't care. They have to do it. And, you know, people need to call them out if they want to do this. I was talking to Pizzi last week about it, and a few different people, like, there's people want to see it, but people aren't willing to kind of call them out on it as much as I think there's a few people that do it all the time. I see him doing it, but like, remember when Neil Seary got into the UFC that time? How many, like, thousands of people tweeting about getting Neil Seary into things like that can happen. You know, if everyone does it and gets onto them and complains, Spike TV, Channel 5, Bellator, this, you know, it can be done, but you know, people are going to have to make their voices heard, I think.
Yeah, the thing is that it doesn't seem to be a priority to Bellator and Viacom. They don't seem to be saying, oh, we're getting this done, we're working on it. They just seem to be, oh, you can watch it on Spike, and they kind of leave out the part that it's not live. 2017 tape delay shouldn't be happening for major sports organizations, and I think Bellator will consider themselves, or at least want to be, a major sports organization. And like the Premier League of football, they don't show that on an hour time delay. They don't show rugby on an hour time delay. They don't show American football on an hour time delay. They don't show even hurling, like even Irish sports like GAA sports like Gaelic football and hurling are shown live. Like, it's not that difficult, especially when you're owned by Viacom, who own loads and loads and loads of stations. It should be a priority, but it isn't. Maybe they think it would affect sales of tickets, but I don't think it would, and I think it would improve their brand. And even if it did affect ticket sales in the very short term, it would improve them in the long term, when people think that this is a good brand of fighting. This is a good mixed martial arts brand, and I'm willing to pay and go watch it if they're after seeing it live and on TV and enjoyed it. So long term, Bellator need to get this done, but it doesn't seem to be their priority from what I've seen.
Yeah, and a huge thing as well with MMA, you know, it's an internet-built sport. And by putting it on tape, they're driving everyone from the internet, because you don't want to see the results, you know, because people like Simon Head was there and other lads, they're tweeting the results, as they should be. If I was there, I'd be doing the same. But like, that means I can't go on the internet. You can't go on the internet. Like, SevereMMA isn't covering you live as they'd like to be, you know, and other outlets as well. it's just, you know, they're pissing against the wind here. They really are.
We were covering. We just covered it live on Twitter. Like Steve was tweeting, I was retweeting. You can't just pretend like it's not happening when it's happening. Like it's a big story when Rory McDonald fights in England against Paul Daly. You can't just ignore that. You have to put something out about it. People are expecting you to, if they go on your Twitter looking for the result, they expect it to be there, or they go on your Facebook or whatever. So Bellator can't reasonably expect the whole MMA media and sports media to pretend like this tape delayed show is live when it isn't.
Yeah, it's just, as I said, it's like Ian Rudd and there's a long way. You know, what's the saying having in getting not there yet, but getting there, or something like that. That's exactly what Bellator are like. Just they've done so well. Like, and I'll heap praise on them as much. They're putting on great fights, signing great people, putting on, you know, good cards, bringing good cards over to Ireland and England, doing very well. You know, putting on pay-per-views. Fair play to them, doing lots of good things. But they're not there yet, you know, and they have to improve things.
It's just a little thing that they could easily sort. That's why it's frustrating. If it was a big deal, like signing like more UFC stars that people are household names, we understand that's very difficult to do. But you're owned by Viacom. This should be a priority, and it doesn't seem like it should be as big a deal to get sorted as it has been. It's been going on for several years now. Donald Trump had his affliction on TV over here after one show. You know, Strikeforce were on TV over here on pay-per-view. It's like, if these can get it done, why can't Bellator get it done?